everybody. I wanted to start back up our daily devotionals. I was reading through some of the headlines this morning, and I haven't done anything on the news in a long time, and it's pretty much the same. We got wars, rumors of wars, which ties back into our study on the book of Revelation that we just finished. 7.1 magnitude earthquake hits Japan at the Kyushu Island. Dozens were injured and missing. You have earthquakes in diverse places. I know here in South Carolina we've had a bunch of earthquakes, not big ones, twos, threes. Every once in a while you hit a four. Most of them are ones, twos, twos and threes. But the Bible told us that we would have earthquakes in diverse places. The East Coast, and especially South Carolina, is not known for earthquakes. But if you go back in history, late 1800s, one hit Charleston that leveled it, just devastated it. We sit on a major fault line. It's just not very active. And there's a lot of places that sit on these major fault lines that are not active, like the Ring of Fire over on the West Coast and around Japan. But we look at some of this stuff, and I'm never going to be a news guy that just gets into the news. But if we can tie it back into biblical prophecy, we can tie it back into biblical stuff, then we'll talk about it. Wars, rumors of wars. Iran launches missiles at base. Russia is fielding the first hypersonic cruise missile from a submarine in 2026. I don't want anybody to be fooled by the way Russia has handled the war in Ukraine the last 3 or 4 years. Russia is very constrained in the way they handle that war. They have not declared war on Ukraine, so they're fighting it more as in our terms, a police action, kind of like we did Vietnam. We never declared war in Vietnam, so we were very constrained in what we could do and how we could do it. The president has not went to Congress to declare war on Iran. So, in governmental speak, there are different things that they can do and different things they can't do. Now, they're only bound by their own personal feelings in that, because, in a police action, probably wouldn't drop a nuclear weapon, but if Putin or Trump decided they were going to do that, then they just go ahead and do it. I mean, nobody's going to tell them no. But don't be fooled by the way Russia's handled this. They are extremely formidable in their military action. They are good at what they do. Part of this war with Ukraine, I personally believe that the Russians knew there's a bigger war with NATO coming. They needed to get their country on a war footing. They needed to crank up their manufacturing of war output. They wanted to get rid of some of their old stuff, old missiles, old tanks, whatever it is. Because the first 2 or 3 years of this war, especially the first 2 years, they were fighting with stuff that they made in the 70s and 80s. They had new tanks that were coming online. So they fought that war, the first part of it, with old equipment. Now, I'm not saying that that's the reason why they're not going anywhere, but they are slowly creeping. Don't get caught into what the news is telling you that Russia's losing. In Ukraine actually struck Iran the other day. I don't know. Ukraine is something else. He has a lot of hubris. And all the money that we've sent him, we've made him a billionaire. Now think about that. All the hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars that we've sent Ukraine for military aid, plus the military hardware, a lot of that money's getting funneled back into the United States. And he, I heard the other day that he went and bought some large, like $500 million estate. It's all about lining your pockets. But I did see this one. And if you've noticed, everywhere that you go is AI now. Everything can be, you can ask Chat GPT whatever you want to ask it. You can ask, even on your TVs. A lot of that's AI controlled. Most of the videos you see, probably half or more, on YouTube, Instagram, whatever you have, are all AI generated. Religious and non-religious, by the way. Most of the religious videos I see, and I don't even go searching for them anymore, are AI generated. So if we go back to the beast system, and we've talked about this before with AI generated information, and the beast himself, which what better way to control you? Because AI is getting integrated into everything. How many of you have heard reports of AI talking to children and they end up committing suicide? There was an incident in Florida not too long ago. The parents actually sued the AI generator. I think it was OpenAI. Was the people who had it on the tablet or whatever. And their child is actually talking to this computer, and the computer's giving it ways that it could kill itself, and he actually did. I think it was a boy. My facts may be a little bit screwy on that one, but I do know the child killed himself because he was talking to OpenAI. How scary is that? Now, through our series that we were doing on Revelation, I noticed that when we got to the hot points in Revelation, that people left a lot more comments, a lot more people watched, and I thought it was funny that the Mark of the Beast and Mystery Babylon were the two really hot points. Not really the seven seals, not really the seven trumpets or the seven bowls. But when we got to the Mark of the Beast, people were like, oh yeah, this, and this. And we're going to get into the secret societies, and they're the mark of the, and they're this and they're that. Please don't get caught up in that. I'm not saying you're wrong, because nobody knows what Mystery Babylon is. My point is we get down this road of conspiracy theories. And a lot of conspiracy theories are true. I'm just, it just is what it is. It's true. But we get down this road, and if you're going down a road and then you got all these offshoots of it and you start following the rabbit trails, you get yourself somewhere to where you don't know what's up, because there's a lot of twists and turns and moves and backs and forth and all this. You got a lot of Gnostic people now on here, and if you don't know what a Gnostic person is, they believe that Jesus was not the Son of God, that he was just a advanced human, lot of magical, or not magical, but they don't believe God in Jesus. They don't believe that Jesus was God on earth. Okay, he was not God in human form. He was not the Son of God. And then they tie in a whole bunch of mysteries. And so if you're listening to somebody and they're like, well, I have the secret sauce, right? I'm gonna start calling it the secret sauce, because that's what they think it is. They have the secret sauce to the Bible. They've unlocked it. They figured out the codes. He's more than likely a Gnostic because they believe that there are hidden codes in the Bible. I saw on here that Big Pharma's AI revolution should worry you. I saw an advertisement for Amazon's AI, where you can talk to an AI doctor. That should be very scary. Very scary to you. Because the computer has no compassion. The computer doesn't care. In any way, shape, or form does the computer care. And AI certainly is not going to care. If you need to go to the doctor, go to the doctor. Now, I'm not saying I have my own issues with doctors. But I'm certainly not going to use an AI doctor unless it is the absolute last option I have. And I am in dire straits is the only way I would even possibly think about using that. Remember what we said. Things don't ever get any better. And we're on this road heading to the book of Revelation. Read your Bible daily. I don't care if it's a verse, it's a chapter. I've said this 150,000 times. It doesn't matter. Read something. Stay in the Word, because that's the only way you're going to know, because the deception is going to be so great. Apparently we're supposed to have on August 12th, we will be witness to a total eclipse, a rare sign of 6 planets, and a peak of the Perseid meteor shower. I was going to see if they had a picture of it. No, it's just an AI generated picture. I'm shocked. But let's do our daily devotional this morning after my ramblings. AI, and you can watch this video if you want to.
Well, it's no secret that AI is taking.
It's on YouTube. It's called Big Pharma's AI Revolution. I don't know who the guy is, but he gives a breakdown on how they're using, and I haven't watched it. I do like the Bigfoot sign in the back behind him. It's on Redacted. Is the name of the channel. I've never really listened to anything on Redacted. I've heard other people comment on it. But he's talking about how AI is using, or Big Pharma is using AI. And they will eventually use it to disapprove drugs, to approve and disapprove medical procedures and everything else. And quite frankly, I think they're already using it to do that. Our daily devotional this morning is growth in grace can be stunted. Paul warned the Ephesians, no longer be children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. Ephesians 4:14. And he's talking about being grounded in the Word is what he's talking about. Remember, we talk about this all the time. There's over 3,000 different denominations in the United States alone. So every time somebody twists the doctrine, are you going to turn around and follow it? That's what he's talking about. You may think this verse doesn't apply to me. The foundation is biblically solid. My foundation is biblically solid. I'm not taken in by all new Christians' fades, frivolous gimmicks that are distracting people from Jesus. I am grounded in God's Word. Yet listen to the rest of this verse. Carried about by the trickery of men and the cunning and craftiness to deceive. AI. I'm just saying. I mean, You look at the AI videos and they'll have thousands and thousands and millions of views, and it's crap. It's a lie, but people follow it because it tickles their ears. Because they want to know the secret. There's no secret. God didn't put secrets in there. His grace is pretty straightforward. Perhaps you cannot be fazed by the false doctrines, but Paul says you could still be carried away by another means. He is asking, are you tossed about by the evil plans of those who oppose you? Paul's message calls us to examine ourselves again. How do we react to people who call themselves our brothers and sisters in Christ, yet speak falsehoods about us? You put those people away and you stay away from them. Who cares what they say? Are they lying about you? Yes. Speak to them about it. If they continue it, put them away and walk away from them. You don't need to deal with them anymore. When Paul commands no longer be children, he's saying those enemies of ours, the ones that use gossip, slander, manipulation, craftiness, deception, and underhandedness, I tell you, they are all rebellious children, devious and spoiled. They have not allowed God's grace to work in them. So do not fall for their wicked, childish games. They want you to react to their meanness, but you are not to answer them in childness. Speak to them personally. Say, look, we're not doing this. Whatever you're doing, stop. And if they continue, walk away from them. In the next verse, Paul argues to move on to maturity. Speaking in truth and love, you may grow up in all things in Him who is the head, Christ. He is saying you cannot help the slights you receive, the hurts done to you, the gossip spoken against you, the fraud, the deception aimed at you. Nothing you can do about it. Yet you can use these things to grow in grace. View them as opportunities to become more Christ-like. Respond softly with a meek spirit. Forgive those who are spiteful, who spitefully use you. Do not allow your growth to be stunted by those who oppose you. Always grow in grace. Respond softly. Forgive deeply. Speak to them about whatever they're doing. If they will not change what they're doing, simply walk away from them. We're not even to look on the path of a wicked man. You're always going to have people in your life that try to tear you down, especially, and listen to this one, especially when you show signs of growing in grace. They're going to try to tear you down. People tear you down for all kinds of different reasons. Stand fast. Hold fast in what you're doing. Continue to grow. Your path to the Father is your path alone. Nobody can walk it for you. Nobody can pray you to Him. It is strictly your bicycle ride, so to speak. You're the only person that can handle it. How you handle those situations, and the more you grow, the more you read, the more you pray, the easier it is just to stand there and shake your head and go, you know what? I forgive you. I still love you, but I'm not going to mess with you anymore. If this is the way you want to handle it, then I'm just going to go do me over here, and you work out your own demons that you have going on. Is it hard? Yes. But we all have those people, and I've cut people out of my life. I just don't mess with them very much, or any at all. We all have to deal with people in the secular world we don't want to deal with in our jobs and everything else. But handle it with grace, meekness, kindness, and love. Do what you need to do with those people and move on. But if those people continue to tear you down, even in the secular world, figure out a way to get away from them. Speak to them. Say, look, I don't understand, why we're doing this, why you continue to do this, but we can't have any type of relationship if this is going to continue. Some of it's jealousy. Like I said, there's a lot of different reasons. But growing in grace is handling it that way. Jesus didn't run out and get mad. And I tell you, growing in grace, reading my Bible every day has helped my temper more than anything else. And I used to have a nasty temper. The only thing I get mad at now or try to get mad at now is when I'm driving, and I've even gotten better at that, but I still have a hard time driving. People frustrate me to no end driving, but that's my own issue that I'm continuing to work through. But growing in grace will help you handle those situations. Staying in the Word every day and praying. Those are your two outlets. Y'all have a great day. Go prep something. Food, water, gas, something. $5, $10. I know it's tough. I'm right there with you. We live on a teacher salary, so I'm right there with you. Y'all have a fantastic day. Keep your head on a swivel. Pray, prep, train. Train your body, train your mind. Train your soul. Staying in the Word and reading, praying. Y'all have a great day. May God guide your steps.